Hi everyone, welcome to my channel Nashym Crochet. Don't forget to subscribe, like, share and turn on the notification bell. Today I'm going to show you how to make these shorts. We already have a part 1 up for the bra or the top, and I'll leave a link for it at the end of this video, or you can check out my page. It's just before this video. So for the materials, we are using the same, just like we did for the top. I'm using worsted weight yarn and a 4mm hook. But as for me, I doubled the lightweight to gain that weight. So what you're going to do is to first take measurements for your hip and waist. Actually, the waist is not so important. So you'll need to take measurements for your hip area, and for me it is 30. I'm working for a very small size, but I'll consider using 32. So the reason as to why we are considering hip measurement, because we want to be able to put on these pants. So remember, when you're wearing them, you put them from the waist then downwards. So if you have a very small waist, then you won't be able to pass them through your hip area. So to begin with, you're going to make a long chain that caters for the measurement of the hip that you have taken. Grab your hook and push it against the yarn, roll over. You grab this beginning, yarn over and pull up a loop through this like this, yarn over and pull up a loop through this strand to make your first chain. Yarn over, pull up a loop through the one strand on the hook, yarn over and pull up a loop. So you'll keep working your chains until... So I have worked my chain that measures up to 32 inches. Remember, I said my measurements are 30 inches, but I added 2 extra inches. So when I measure this, it's going to give me 32. It's giving me exactly what I want. So you're going to stretch it out a bit. As you're measuring, make sure you stretch it out a bit. And so if you have extra inches that you have worked, you can undo them. If you have less, then add on a few chains, then you measure again until you have that measurement correct. So after this, we're going to join the two sides of the chain. So this is the right side of the chain, and this is the wrong side. So you want to make sure that you're working on this wrong side. So this is the wrong side, this is the right side. So in the very first chain, you set the hook, yarn over and pull up a loop through the strap on the hook like this, and and you're going to make a chain of 3, yarn over, go into the next chain space and work a double crochet in the next chain space. Make double crochets all around. Keep making double crochets until you come to this side. So once you come to the end of the row, I'm going to work my last double crochet. You're going to join these two, but first I want to make sure that I'm working on a straight row, because sometimes when you don't do it right, then it gets messed up, like it sort of folds. You have front and back, so make sure that your row is straight on one side. So you're going to join the two in the third, on top of the third chain. Set your hook and work a slip stitch. So this is it. After that, you'll chain 3, and now we shall begin working front posts and back posts. So we are going to be working behind this double crochet to work a front post. So you work a double crochet behind it to make a front post, and to make a back post you go behind the double crochet stitch and pull up a loop, work your double crochet. That gives you front post and back posts. So again, work a front post by working in front of the double crochet, go behind the double crochet to make a back post. So you keep repeating this until the end of the row. And here you're going to work your last front post, double crochet. Remember we began with a back post and we're ending with a front post double crochet. So it should be like that. Begin with a front post and end with a back post. I mean, begin with a back post, end with a front post, or begin with a front post and end with a back post. So once you're done working that last one, you'll go on top of the third chain, 1 2 3, and on top there insert your hook, pull up a loop, pull through this one to make a slip stitch. You chain 3. This 3 is acting as the first back post double crochet. Work a front post double crochet, so we keep working in the posts that we have already created. So in the next one we have a back post, so you have to insert the hook right at the back of the double crochet like that, pull up a loop and pull through the rest of the 2. Work a front post, work a back post, double crochet, repeat this pattern until you come back to the end of this row. So when you come to the end of the row, you'll join these two sides with a slip stitch on top of the third chain. I'm going to go ahead and complete my row, and if you want your waistband to be bigger, you can add on more rows, but as for me, these three rows only will be enough for me. So I'll go ahead and complete mine. We shall meet up when I'm done, or when you're done with yours. I have worked up my row, and now I have worked the last front post. I'm going to join the two with a slip stitch and chain 3. And now in the next row, we are not going to work front posts. We are going to be using normal double crochets. So what you do, you're going to go into the next stitch, that is the top of the next front post, on top of the front post, double crochet and work a double crochet. So yarn over, and in the next stitch work a double crochet in the next stitch. You're going to keep working double crochets on top of the front post and back posts, double crochets. So I keep doing that for the rest of the rows. So once you get to the end of the row, you join the two sides using a slip stitch on top of the third double crochet, on top of the third chain. You keep working your rows until you have 8 inches long. If you're working for a medium, is 9 inches. Large, you will use 10 inches long. So I have worked and completed my rows. I have worked 19 rows in total, and that counts to 8 inches long. I don't have my measuring tape with me right here, but from this point and onwards, it's giving me 8 inches long. So plus this, it's going to be 9 or 10 when stretched. So remember, I'm working for a small, but if you're working for a medium size, then work with 9 inches for the length here. Work 9 inches, or you can work 10 for a large size. So now we are going to divide the short into 2, so that we work on the 2 separate leg sides. And now you're going to need stitch markers to do that. So I'm going to unravel this as working on a 20th row, but then I noticed that I had got the length that I wanted, because usually I work with 20 or 22 rows. So now you're going to turn, not turning it really, I just want this the beginning of the row to face me, and then you're going to count the number of stitches that you have all around, and then you'll divide that by 2. So as you count, you begin with this, the 3 chain counts as a double crochet as well, so it's a stitch. So count 1, 2, then go ahead and count all the remaining stitches around. So when I counted my stitches, it was 108. So when I divide 108 by 2, that's 54, and that's where I have placed a stitch marker. So each side should be each side should be 54 from here to here, 54. So go ahead and do that. So once you get in the 54th stitch, you insert a stitch marker there, and so I don't need the second stitch. The next step, we are going to make a chain that separates the two legs. So remember, we completed this last row with a slip stitch. So after the slip stitch, we are chaining. I'm going to chain 18. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 13 14 15 16 17 and 18. So this chain is going to be attached in the point where I put a stitch marker. So slowly turn your work. I'm going to take away this stitch marker, and in that very point where I had put a stitch marker, I'll join with a slip stitch. Also, the 18 chains that I have worked here are for a small size. So if you want to make a bigger size, go ahead and add on the number of chains. Then after this, we are going to chain 3. This counts as a double crochet. Go into the next stitch and work a double crochet. Double crochet in all of the following stitches until this point. You're going to work double crochets and in the chain spaces as well. So you go ahead and work your stitches. So I have reached the point where I made the chains. So this was a slip stitch. I'm not supposed to work in it, but I'm going to work it together with the very first chain. So I'm going to work 2 double crochets together at this point, because if I leave it blank, it is going to give me a very big gap that I do not want. Then I'll go ahead and work double crochets in each and every chain space. So when you come here, you're going to go on top of the third chain rather, from the beginning, and join with a slip stitch. And there you have your first row of the first leg hole. Then you chain 3 like we have been doing previously. Go into the next stitch and work a double crochet in each and every next stitch. So you're going to go ahead and repeat this for only this row. Yes, so we are going to work 1 2 rows, then next you switch to a different design. So at the end of the row, you're going to join the two with a slip stitch on top of the third chain. So I have added on a third row from one side of the leg, because I noticed if I only work with two, then it's going to be very short. So I've added a third. If you wanted to have more, to cover more skin, then you can add a fourth row. But as for me, I'm going to stop here on the third. So I'm going to join the two right here with a slip stitch and chain 4, and yarn over, skip 1 stitch and work a double crochet in the next. Here the double crochet works, the 3 chains work as a double crochet, then chain 1, then after 1 double crochet you're going to chain 1, skip 1 stitch, and in the next work a double crochet, chain 1, skip 1 stitch and double crochet in the next, chain 1. You repeat this all around until you come to the beginning of this row. We are going to work in the last stitch. So right here you go, I'm remaining with 2 stitches, so I'm going to skip 1, and in the last one work a double crochet, then I'm not going to make a chain here. I'll simply go on top of the third chain. Remember at the beginning we did 4 chains. We have to work in the third, 1 2 3. In the third, join with a slip stitch. There you have it. Then you're going to chain 1, and in this so at this point I'm going to switch back to green. I'm going to switch to another color. So how I want to do this is go back into this third stitch, where I did a slip stitch, and attach green. Then you take your scissors and cut off the remaining yarn. But if you do not want to switch to any other color, then you just go ahead using the color that you've been working with. So after this, you're going to chain 1, you're going to single crochet in the chain 1 space, then you skip this double crochet, single crochet in the chain 1 space, chain 3, then work 3 double crochets in this same space. Single crochet in the chain 1 space, another single crochet in the next chain 1 space, 3 chains, then work 3 double crochets in the same chain 1 space, 2 and 3. Again, single crochet in the chain 1 space, single crochet in the next chain 1 space, chain 3, work 3 double crochets in that very space. You can see the effect being created. This is the design that you're going to make all around. So you'll go ahead and repeat this until you're done with this row. So I'm going to go ahead and also work mine as well, and I'll meet you once you're done. So I'm right here, almost the end of this row. So I'm going to work a single crochet here, and then slip stitch in the chain 1 that we did at the beginning of the row here. So I'll go into that chain space right there, with a slip stitch, then chain 1, and then cut off your yarn. So this is the short. You can see it's a beautiful one. And the side where you were joining the 2 rows, it has a seam line. You can see it is very clear and different from the rest of the stitches. So this is going to be the back of the shorts. Now what we do is grab your hook and yarn and work on the other part of the leg. So now I'm going to switch back to this off-white. Actually, in the beginning when I was working on the top, I introduced it as cream, but it's not really cream. It's an off-white color. It's just that when you bind it with this green, it looks like a cream. So you're going to, from any point of your choice, you'll attach the yarn. So as for me, I'm going to attach it here. I'm going to begin from the very point where we're joining the 2 rows. So in this very first stitch, I'll attach my yarn. This 1 chain is for just tightening the yarn, doesn't really count as chain. And after that, after attaching your yarn, chain 3. By now you already know how to work these rows. So you're going to yarn over, then in the next stitch work a double crochet in the next until the end of the row. So we keep working our double crochets just like we did for this other side. So without further ado, I'll let you work your rows. I worked with 3 rows, remember, but if you want 4 or 5, go ahead and work those rows. So when you get in the middle here where we did a chain of 18, still work double crochets the same way we did with this other side. So go ahead and work those rows and then the design as well. Then I'll come back to show you the last part. So once you're done working the bottoms of your shirt, you're going to make a very long strap that is going to work as a strap of your waistband. So work a very long chain. That is not going to be too tight. So I'm going to go with 200. I'll work 200 chains. Then I'll attach the beads just like we did for the top. Actually, you're supposed to attach those beads before, after you attach the strap to the waistband. So don't attach the beads before you insert the band, the strap to the band. So once you have your desired number of chains, you just cut the remaining yarn. And then what I usually do here is tie up a knot 3 times so that it's tight enough, but even twice is okay. But as for me, I just want to be sure. That's why I tie it up 3 times. And I'll cut this as well. So you do the same for this other side. And then we shall attach the strap. For the strap, I didn't work that round of slip stitches because you want it to be loose. Yet when you work slip stitches on top, it's not loose, and we want it to be able to go through these spaces or the stitches. So I'm going to go in the middle. Remember, we worked 3 rows here for the waistband, so I'll go in the middle of those and attach the strap. And there you have it. Our shirts are done on the top. Thank you for watching. If you find this useful, please subscribe, like, share, and turn on the notification bell. Have yourself a good time, and I hope to catch you in the next tutorial. Bye.